Well, hey guys. So, I'm sorry if I sound sick right now, or maybe I don't, but my voice has been kind of groggy all day, and I don't know what's wrong with me. But I'm posting a video because it took me a while to pick up my phone and call a recruiting office. I have just honestly invested so much of my time in doing research and reading about the two branches I was debating between. And I'm still heartbroken between the Air Force and the Army, just because my dad and my grandpa were in the Army, and I wanted to sort of carry out that family name and stick within that branch. But I'm hearing so many good things about the Air Force, and I think if I execute this process effectively, I think that the Air Force is maybe a better option for me. So, I am officially going to call tomorrow, and that's what this is about. So, I have gained so much insight and positive feedback and a lot of helpful tips, and so I just want to share those tips with you guys, anyone watching this. So if you're in a similar situation as me and you're thinking about going to a recruiter, the first thing that I suggest and recommend is call a recruiting office in a town other than the one you live in. And side note, if you hear noises in the background, my dogs are back there. I got two of them. They're both poodles. Just call a recruiting office from another town, and for all they know, your name could be Bob or Lily. So, make up your name. You don't have to disclose any personal information, and you literally can just call them with some immediate questions you might have. Maybe it's a question about a medical concern you have, or a basic question about the enlisted route or the officer route, and it might ease your stress if you get those questions answered up front. And then once you feel more comfortable, you can call the recruiting office closest to you, and you can say you're interested in joining and that you'd like to set up an appointment to meet with somebody. From the research I've done and the people I've spoken to, they say that it's the best. It's better if you call and make an appointment rather than just show up and walk in, because you don't know if they're busy that day or not. And other people I've spoken to did just walk into the recruiting office. I also know somebody who literally packed his bag for MEPS, the Military Entrance Processing Station. He walked into the recruiting office, and you could just tell by looking at him that he wasn't leaving. And so that was like on a Friday. He was ready to go. So they literally bought him a motel for the weekend, and then Monday he took the ASVAB and went to MEPS, and on Tuesday he shipped out. I think he was doing the Army. So everybody does it differently. I'm a little more professional is not really the right word. I guess professional. And I guess I like having like a set time and a schedule. So that's why I'm going to call and make an appointment, and then it's not really a surprise, and I presume that they will, they'll prepare for an allotted time that they'll devote to me to answer my questions and to just give me more information about the Air Force. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I just had a brain fart. However that goes, I will make another video about that. But just up front, if you're watching this and you're about to go through this, if you do go to a recruiting office, the number one thing that I can tell you now that I don't have to have experience for is do not sign anything, because either they won't tell you what you're signing and you sign it, and then you've committed to something that you don't even know you're committing to, or you just get yourself in a sticky situation. So if you decide to just walk into a recruiter's office and they start telling you about bonuses and jobs that are available, be very careful and read everything. And when you're asking questions, have the recruiter write the answers, because then that will make them extra careful about the information that they are giving you. Whereas if they just look at you and give you an answer, they could be getting a little tricky. And mind you, not all recruiters are like this, and I'm only telling you this just because I have a lot of friends in the military, and so I've just heard so many different stories. There are the fair recruiters, the ones who they strictly follow the book and they're not going to falsify anything. They're going to tell you how it is straight up. And then there are the recruiters that are more laid back and they're saying things that they probably shouldn't just to fulfill their quota. And they're the ones that might be a little more pushy and say, hey, if you do this job, you'll get this bonus, and all you have to do is just sign right here. And then you kind of just set yourself up for something that you might absolutely hate. And I've heard those nightmare stories too. So just be smart about it, be conscientious, know what you're doing, listen to what they're saying, and just be careful. So that's all for this video. There will definitely be more to come now that I'm officially starting this process. I'm freaking out, but I'm really excited. I'm like freaking out. It's nerve-wracking. Like, my friends making fun of me. They're saying like, oh, you shouldn't be nervous to call a recruiter. And I'm like, well, I'm really excited that I'm nervous. So, you know, when you really want something, it just, it touches you in a lot of ways all at once. So, that is all. Thank you for watching, and there will be more to come.